Chasing Dirt Part 8 here at Whistler. Got my oldest son with me. He's gonna help me. He's my new cameraman. Also, the cool part about this trip is I got my friends at Brant Tractor to bring out a brand new John Deere 850L. I've been waiting to run one of these dozers. Brand new, they just came out. They're replacing the K-Series dozer. Quite excited. The view out here is amazing. We're in the rainforest, and yeah, we're going there. We're gonna do some filming today and tomorrow. P stands for pushy. So I drove 1,000 kilometers. I'm here in Pemberton, British Columbia. I'm gonna test out the 850L by John Deere. I've been trying to get my hands on this dozer for about a year. So I'm gonna do some testing. Should be a good video. Hope you guys like it. Let's go inside and see what's up. They got a new door hinge system there, it looks like. LEDs all the way around. Get comfortable here. Lift up the ripper. Oh, if I turn the park brake off. Now I kind of got off on the wrong foot with John Deere because last year I leaked a picture and some information about the new 850L or the L series dozers online. Kind of talked some shit about it before I got to run it. So here I am. I'm going to redeem myself with John Deere. So far I love the dozer. Okay, so just like every electric over hydraulic control system, it's kind of touchy. But what I do like about this is you're able to go into the settings and change the settings for the sensitivity and whatnot. This is the long track, so it should be pretty smooth in general, and it is. It's fairly quiet. There's not a lot of noise from the transmission. Not really very whiny. A lot of hydrostatic transmissions tend to be a little bit whiny, but this one's not very not that loud actually. So I'm just doing a light little tickle here, just trying to get this area leveled out. I got a low spot right here in front of me, but this blade is a very tall blade. You know, it's good for a lot of things, but just like everything has a drawback, and that's vision. Now, when I first talked about this in a post I did about a year ago, I kind of talked smack about the blade lift cylinders, because they're mounted on the side there. I thought it'd be a vision problem, but I kind of spoke too soon, because this dozer has great vision, but that blade, it is pretty tall. I don't think it has to be that tall, a little bit unnecessary, but the vision's not bad with both the blade and the lift cylinders. It seems like this cab has been overhauled quite a bit. There's a lot of changes. Well, from what I can remember on the 850K. One thing that is new is it's not near as loud in here. It's not near as loud. There's a guy pulling over. That transmission really responsive. However, you're able to go in here and change the settings for absolutely everything. So for me to review the transmission, I would have to do it in every setting and mess with it. I have a little bit. Right now it's set on aggressive. So I've done some pushing on that pile yesterday. Might be in another video, or maybe this one. It was set on low. So today there should be a bit of a difference with me pushing some major dirt on that pile of dirt. It's a gravel pile that they're hauling to use they're going to build a dike with it. Not the best material. You want some high plastic type dirt to stop the water, but that's all they have to work with, so that's what they're using. But it sloughs really easy, kind of hard to pack. Like, it doesn't pack with the tracks or nothing, just driving over it. It's loose, but it is fairly heavy. But you can get it curling on the blade there, which is awesome. It does have a new engine. It's the 9-liter. I think before, shit, I can't remember, but I think before in the K series they had the 6.7 liter. Don't quote me. Now they moved up to the 9-liter, so the whole hard nose up there has been redesigned wider to fit the engine and stuff. A lot more torque with this engine, more horsepower. Now it needs more torque because the transmission is dual path hydrostatic. So with each track on each side, each track has a motor and its own hydraulic pump. Now the drive system has its own tank for fluid that's separate from the other hydraulics, like the blade lift functions, ripper, all that. So there's 3 hydraulic pumps total, one for the blade and ripper, one for each track, 3 pumps. You need more torque to run all the pumps, but the good thing with that is you're able to push a lot of dirt and multi-function all at the same time. Also, I think the dual path is good because it sends power to each track. It's not shared power, so it's individual power going to each track. So if you're trying to turn, it's not sharing that power. It doesn't slow down this motor and speed up that one. It does, but that hydraulic power isn't shared. So I'm quite impressed. I've said for a long time that I'm not really a fan of hydrostatic transmissions, but I think in this one it's kind of changed my mind a little bit. I'm just going to keep trimming here a little bit, get this shit level. The rest of the blade there, the edges, you have great vision. The blade is very responsive. You're also able to configure that to your liking in here. You just got to find the setting. You can adjust it. I love that in the John Deere dozers. They just make it really simple and easy for operators. This blade does not have a lot of bounce to it. I don't know the exact numbers, but I do believe they rebalanced this whole machine. They kind of redid everything. The wires underneath, they rerouted. It's simple now. It's not crossed everywhere. They're very clean, exact placement all underneath the cab. The cab does lift up super easy. I think it lifts back even more, like it pitches back more than on the K series. Mechanics will love that. So it turns really good around corners. That's the dual path there. Like extreme turning power. Super smooth. On this joystick, I'll go into the joysticks a little bit more, but the blade angle, it's very smooth now, where I think it was the J or the K, I can't remember, but if it was on, it was turning. If it was off, it was stopped. With this, it's nice and smooth. You have more control. Later, I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna push with a full blade load, and I'm gonna put this blade to the test. I'm gonna be pushing as hard as I can and doing the angle and the tilt and the lift all at the same time. See what it can do. In theory, it should do well because it has its own pump dedicated for that, but we'll see. I got some dirt here, but I would like to put some gravel on there to kind of get it balanced out more. I may run out of my cut to fill here and just kind of looking. I think I can cut some out over there. I got a dip over there that I want to fill. I could probably chop it down a little bit more. But I'm going to do it from this way. I do love the new joysticks. Like I said, I'm going to talk about it here soon. But at first, it took a while for me to get used to, because now it's just a button. You don't have to pull back. And I keep wanting to pull back, go in reverse, and it doesn't do anything. But I love them. Just got to get used to them. Angle my blade a little bit. I want to work my material this way. I'm going to go over there, work it that way, meet in the middle. Should have enough dirt where I need it. Dirt management. It takes a really nice smooth cut. You do have to go a little bit slower unless I change the speed of the blade, because it's electric over hydraulic, like I already mentioned. It's kind of touchy. So to remove any bounce, you could slow down the lift. Another thing that I do like about this new L series is I love this. Super plain. It's simple. Got the Top Gun 3D Max, my favorite system. Got storage in here. It's nothing fancy. It's just right. I like it. You got some dirt on the blade, you're able to trim faster and faster and faster. I find if you start with not very much dirt on your blade, this is a general rule for dozers in general. You always want to push with a full blade because it fills in all the dirt ahead of you and makes it level, so when your tracks get on it, it's not bouncing and the blade doesn't have to compensate. But for like light trimming, even if you just have like a little bit of dirt on the blade, it'll stop any bounce in the blade, and you can just keep picking up speed and trim fast.